The following is an exclusive presentation of Jesup Broadcasting, the sports leader in Southeast Georgia.
World famous. The world famous Butch and Bob Show.
And good morning to you. You're listening to the Big Dog, WIFO FM in Jesup, 105.5 on your FM dial, Big Dog Country Radio. Butch Hubbard here with you along with Bob Morgan on this very last day of July 31st, 2019, Wednesday morning. In case your mind's so foggy just waking up, you wonder, what day is this? It is a Wednesday. And let's see here. The world-famous Butch and Bob Show is brought to you by Nips Car Wash, located on Highway 301 South in Jesup, just past McDonald's there, on the left-hand side past McDonald's and 301 South, and by Murphy Builder Supply, located in downtown Jesup on Northeast Broad Street, just down from the big red caboose. Good morning, Bob.
Good morning.
How you doing?
If I can find my voice, I'll be doing good.
Well, we'll look around for it.
Can't find it.
All right. Well, do what you can and introduce our guest this morning and talk about what's happening here.
We got the new softball coach in for Wayne County High School, Jessica Johnson, along with the Booster Club president, Pat Sutton, to talk about girls softball, which gets underway this weekend down in a tournament in Brunswick, Georgia. Coach, appreciate you coming in. Tell us about the season and about the team. I'm sure it's been a busy summer.
The girls have been working hard. We've been practicing 5 days a week for the past month. JV's been practicing anywhere from 2 to 3 days a week. All the girls are showing up at practice. It's been hot, but they're there and they're working hard. We play this Friday against Glen Academy at 6:30 at Glen Academy. And then we have a tournament. And JV's first game is Monday, as well as varsity at home. And JV plays at 7 o'clock.
Glen Academy game at Glen, do they have a field at their school, or they have a...
Yes, they have a brand new complex at Glen Middle is where it's located at, and that's where we'll be playing.
Okay.
Just off of Highway 17.
And then the Saturday games are at the Brunswick campus.
Is it the Saturday tournament's at Brunswick High?
Brunswick High School. And
Game times are 12 and 2.
Where's Howard High School out of? Is that Atlanta? You don't know?
I don't know.
Never heard of Howard High School. But. So you got a doubleheader Saturday, a game Friday at Glen Academy. So, like I said, the team's been working hard. Tell us who's all on the team.
Our varsity players are Macy Wilkerson, Jalen Taylor, Laura Molina, Grayson Brannon, Emma O'Quinn, Madison Stewart, Mackenzie Kagi, Janice Altman, Wayley Moody, Arabia Easley, Chrissy McKenzie, Amy Voss, and Presley Dean. And on JV, we have Carly Keith, McKaylee Bradford, Carly Williams, Lily Beth Day, Tessa Palmer, Lacey Finn, Emily Copeland, Michaela Ellis, Shay Simmons, Jordan Holly, Madeline Sutton, and Mary Souza.
And tell us who's all coaching the teams this year. I mean, your assistants, Olivia, is that right? Olivia Jern.
Yes, my assistant's Olivia Jern. Barrett Browning is the head JV coach, and Jordan Strickland is his assistant for JV.
Okay. We got Pat Sutton in here. She's the Booster Club president. It's always about money. They got a raffle going on right now. Tell us about that, Pat.
Good morning, Bob.
Good morning.
Yeah, I did want to touch on the Booster Club raffle. We have a $10 raffle. We're doing a 50-50 cash draw, guaranteed a $2,500 payout. If we sell all of our $1,000 tickets, it'll be a $5,000 payout. We are close, but we do have tickets from any JV varsity player, Arthur Williams, or Martha Puckett middle school player, or we have them there at Sheffield. Y'all can come by. We're going to draw it on August the 5th, the first game day in the field. So it's kind of a big fundraiser. Our next fundraiser that we're doing is our sign hangout. We've been going to businesses. If we hadn't hit you up and you want to sign, please let somebody know, because we want to get anybody out there that wants their business hung up. So that's kind of what we're doing now. We're really excited about a new year and a new coach and a new program. It's a team building, program building year, and got our fingers crossed it's going to go real good.
Well, Jessica, you had this team all summer. What are going to be the strengths of the team? And you got to have pitching. Who's pitching for you?
Our leading off pitchers are Grayson Brannon and probably Presley Dean. For varsity, we plan on bringing Madeline Sutton up some to help us out with varsity, just depending on who we play. We don't have a dominant pitcher, but they're pitchers who are going to get us ground balls and pop-ups, and we're going to have to rely on our defense.
What about hitting wise? I know you got several players back from last year's team. Again, Mackenzie Kagi had a good year last year. We got Ray Beasley. Who else comes back from last year's team?
Grayson Brannon. Let me look at my roster. Grayson, Arabia, Whaley, Janice Altman, they're all returning, and Laura Molina and Chrissy McKenzie, they're all returning varsity players, as well as Presley Dean. But hitting, I know this past, or 2 weeks ago when we played in a tournament, Kagi hit 4 home runs out of 4 games. So she's a big asset to the team for offense. We plan on doing a lot of small ball, and I'm teaching the girls to be very aggressive. We're going to challenge anybody that we play.
And what about the region? I mean, the Statesboro still have that pitcher that they had last year.
I believe so.
I mean, she's dominant. So, and Ware's always competitive. South Effingham's always a battle. So it's a tough region.
Yes, sir.
Anybody? You don't know much about the region?
I do not know too much about the region. I do not.
Okay, so I guess you'll learn quickly.
We are.
I just know from last year that Statesboro pitcher is awfully good, and Ware's always tough. South Effingham's always a battle. That seems to be the big war the last couple of years in this region between South Effingham, girls softball, boys baseball. That always seems to be the battle each year, so it should be fun. But again, you start this season this weekend, and then it comes home next week. Get 2 home games. We're going to do Monday and Wednesday, so it should be fun. But tell us how you feel being the varsity coach. You excited, or tell us,
I'm very excited. They are all a great group of girls. We actually went and did a ropes course Monday. The entire team, including JV and varsity. The girls seem to love it. We've learned our strengths and weaknesses, what we need to work on, and what our strengths are, and we're working on holding each other accountable and just staying positive all year.
Okay, dope. Pat, anything else you need to tell us about the Booster Club? Anybody?
But I did want to say
Can they
something
join the
about-
Booster Club? They want to join? How do they join the Booster
Oh,
Club?
definitely. They join the Booster Club. They can come by the store at Sheffield's, or they can see any player, or Natasha O'Quinn and Chris Altman are officers. Leslie Days, our concession stand, and Ashley Simmons is our fundraiser. So anybody, y'all get with us. We'd love to have it. One thing about not knowing about the region with our coach, she ain't got to dread nobody. She can go in there wide open and not have to worry about them. So I'm really excited about the year, excited about the new program, and I'm hoping it's going to make Wayne County proud.
And Friday, August 9th, I guess your team will be there. They got that big event at the stadium, Meet the Jackets. You looking forward to that? Girls looking forward to that? They'll be part of the Jacket Walk, I guess, so that'll be fun. Everybody's looking forward to that. Again, tonight's Midnight Madness. Then the next event is next Friday, August 9th, is the meet and greet the team. So it's all starting, So where do you teach in Wayne County?
I teach at Arthur Williams. I teach the self-contained special ed.
So when do the teachers report?
Tomorrow.
Tomorrow.
Yes, sir.
So teachers report tomorrow. School starts a week from tomorrow.
Yes, sir.
So Thursday, August 8th, and the open houses are Tuesday, August 6th. So, well, we appreciate you coming in. Like I said, we're looking forward to the season. Like I said, we try to do as many home games as we can. So it's always well listened to broadcast, and it should be an exciting year.
Thank you very much.
And I want to just encourage everybody to come out August the 5th and watch us play. Support these girls. They need the support of the community as well as they do, anything. And y'all come out and watch us play.
And the drawing's August 5th, right?
August the 5th, we're going to have...
How much am I going to win?
I'm hoping it's going to be up to $5,000. So
Man.
if you got one in a 1,000 chance to win $5,000, that's not a bad $10 ticket. We're going to have concessions. We're going to go back to the same menu that the baseball team has, with our grilled hot dogs and hamburgers and sausage dogs that everybody loves in the county. So don't eat supper. Come out and eat supper with us. We need your money and we need your support.
Okay. Well, again, we'll look forward to the weekend. Wish you the best of luck. Make sure you get us those scores. We got a Monday on the sports, and we'll be there Monday at the softball field, in Barb Shuckoff softball field, at 5 o'clock for the first game against the Brunswick Pirates. Should be fun. Anything else you want to say before you go? Or
I want to shout out to Miguel. He has done a tremendous job on our field. We've had a couple of different projects lined up that we wanted to get done. Parents have jumped in and helped this past Thursday and Saturday. Not just high school parents, but parents from Martha Puckett and Arthur Williams as well showed up to help, and we couldn't have done it without them. But we've got the concrete paved from the entranceway up into the stands and to the concession stands. Miguel has got on painting all of the dugouts, concession stands. He's in the process of finishing up landscape for us. So there's been a bunch of different projects, but we could not have done it without him.
Sounds good. We'll look forward to the season. Best of luck on Friday.
Thank you very much.
Thank y'all.
Okay.
South Georgia weather.
Here's your WIFO forecast. Hi, good morning. Hazy and muggy early, becoming mostly sunny, getting hot. 20% chance of afternoon showers and thunderstorms, highs mid-90s. Partly cloudy, low 70s for tonight. Tomorrow, mostly sunny, a 30% chance of showers and thunderstorms, mid-90s. Friday, showers and thunderstorms likely, highs mid-90s. Saturday, partly sunny, chance of showers and thunderstorms. Georgia meteorologist John Weatherby in the GNN Weather Center.
House of Worship on the Lanesbridge Road presents the Wild West Show Kids Crusade with Pastor Tony Evans, August 5th through the 7th at 7 p.m. Pastor Evans will also be speaking Sunday night, August 4th at 6 p.m. at House of Worship and Ministries on the Lanesbridge Road. Don't miss the Wild West Show Kids Crusade with Pastor Tony Evans, August 5th through the 7th at 7 p.m. at House of Worship and Ministries.
Wild West.
105.5 FM in Jesup, Big Dog Country Radio, WIFO. Wow, girls softball starting off right now, Bob. I mean, geez.
Start before school starts.
I know.
This weekend.
Amazing. Going down there to Glen Academy and taking on some folks down there. And then we'll be at Barber Strokoff Field next Monday. Is that correct?
Monday and Wednesday. Yeah, Monday next week on Brunswick and Wednesday Southeast Bullock.
Okay. Sounds good.
We got 2 games next week.
And you said tonight is when they're going to have the
Tonight's Midnight Madness.
Midnight Madness. So starting at midnight tonight, you'll be able to see the team practice, right?
Yeah. Should be out there for about an hour, hour and a half, something like that.
Okay. And it'll be where? At the practice field?
At the stadium,
At the
JC Stadium.
At the stadium. Okay. Are they going to do a scrimmage, or is this going to be practice? Or what?
They'll scrimmage a little bit. I mean, one-on-ones will go, you know.
Right.
It's the first time full pads. So that's what it is, a full pad practice.
Here those pads are popping, huh? All right. And you said that County Commissioner Ralph Hickox is going to be on the Butch and Bob Show on Friday. Is that right?
This Friday, yep.
All right. Talking about the different issues that are going on in the county, and we look forward to having Commissioner Hickox on the world-famous Butch and Bob Show Friday morning beginning at 8 o'clock. And in your news report this morning, you talked about that you've talked to some of the GBI folks, and they're still doing their investigation into the county administrator's office. Is that correct?
That's correct. Still ongoing. GBI agents down there yesterday in the sheriff's department are all set up with their computers and paperwork. Trying my best to find out what's going on, but
Don't want to say anything to you, huh?
they wouldn't tell me anything.
Nobody tell Bob nothing. Come on, somebody tell Bob something.
I just like to know what's it about.
Yeah, well, I guess we'll find out. Who will release it? Will it be Jackie?
Jackie
Bell?
Johnson says she'll make a statement once the investigation's over.
Okay. All right.
Whenever that's going to be.
Whatever it's going to be. Bob does not like to be kept out of the loop, so.
Curious minds want to know what's going
Curious
on.
minds want to know.
What's it about? I mean, who made the call?
Who made that call?
They want to stress that. People say it was not an anonymous letter. Jackie Johnson got a phone call. I said, Joe Blow just can't call up the DA and say, you need to go investigate.
Right, this had to be a credible person with knowledge.
Right, and they don't go by anonymous letters. She got a phone call, talked to a person. They had some concerns. She asked the GBI to investigate. That's how all this got started.
Right. Right.
So all that talk about an anonymous letter, the DA's not going on an anonymous letter.
Yeah. Well, you probably blame that on social media. For some reason, people think everything they read on social media is the gospel. Just like Piggly Wiggly here in Jesup. Somebody hacked their Facebook page, made it where the David and Ashley and the gang down there could not get on their own Facebook page because they hacked it and then put on there they were closing up on August 1st, which is not true. So David, the store manager, gave me a call last week and said, Butch, would you please put in our ads the fact that we're here now, tomorrow, and to stay. And so that's what happens. You just, everything that you read on social media, you really have to take with a grain of salt. You don't know who put it there, why they're putting it there, what the motive is, whether it's the truth or not.
The word is there was a disgruntled employee, but I understand they've located who that is, and I think there's charges going to be filed, so we should get that report in the next couple of days. But the owners are definitely pressing charges.
Well, I don't blame them.
I don't blame them either.
I don't blame them either. I mean, when somebody hacks your Facebook page and completely takes it over, well, you can't even get into it. You can't even make any changes, and Facebook won't change it. For some reason, Facebook would not let the owners of the Piggly Wiggly Facebook page get back on their own page because somebody else had hacked it, and they don't know what the truth is, so they just leave it as it is. And right. So, that happens. Yeah. Yeah, you and I don't have social media, and let me tell you, Bob, I'm one happy person about that, because all the headaches I hear people have to deal with all the social media stuff out there is just not worth it.
It just amazes me, the people that believe everything they read on social media.
That's
what's crazy.
I know it is. Well, you've always heard the expression that's too good to be true, but you've never heard the expression that's too bad to be true. So people just seem to gravitate toward bad, controversial news and think just because somebody typed it on there on Facebook or any other social media, it's got to be true. Yeah. And so many Facebook accounts are fake. They talk about that, where millions and millions and millions of Facebook pages are fake. And then you read all the stuff about the information that Facebook uses and sells when you have a Facebook page on there, or when you click on an ad on Facebook, and where all that information goes, and basically your privacy goes away. And if people know that when they sign up for Facebook, it's all right there in small print. People don't read it; they just click yes and go, and basically just giving up their privacy. And then when you click in on an ad on Facebook or something like that, then all that information goes somewhere, and next thing you know, you're another computer bank somewhere. And let me tell you, it's scary out there when it comes to social media and the things they do with the information. And they say that if you're on there long enough, they can predict what you're going to do. Just by algorithms and all that kind of stuff. They know what you're going to do, what you're going to order, what you're going to post. I mean, it's just amazing. So just be careful, folks. Just be very careful.
Don't have it. Don't miss it.
I don't have it, and I don't want it. I don't have it and don't want it, Yeah, you can talk to a lot of pastors out there. They say a lot of marriages have been ripped apart because of social media. A lot of businesses have suffered because of different wrong things posted on social media. And so just be very aware of it. Be careful, be cautious, and question everything.
Read a book.
Read a book. The way I look at it, if people want to get a hold of me, they got my email address, they got my cell phone number, and they can give me a call, give me a text, or send me an email. I'm not going to sit there and put all my personal information on a social media site that has the right to sell everything that's on there to anybody and everybody, and just not going to do it.
There's no people spend hours and hours on that Facebook page.
Oh yeah, they do. They do, and it's become an addiction for a lot of folks, and it kind of appeals to the voyeur in a lot of folks, where they can get on there and see what other people are doing and what they're saying and that kind of stuff. So a lot of people are, like a voyeur on there, and I guess they call it trolls. No, voyeur is different from troll. Trolls are people who get on there and just troll everything so they can make negative comments about anything. I mean, look at all these celebrities today. They can't say, and elected officials, they can't say or do anything without somebody criticizing. And you get, let's say, 100 people who criticize, and suddenly it says, Facebook says, or Twitter says, or the internet's going bonkers over this. And it could be just a few hundred or a few thousand people out of the millions of people we have in the country. But controversy sells, Bob.
Will.
I'm like you. I don't have social pages, have no desire to have social pages. And it just amazing to me the privacy that people are willing to give up just to be on there.
I just don't feel like I'm missing anything.
No, I don't feel like I'm missing anything either.
Everything's good. Life is good.
Yeah. Don't need those headaches. Don't need those problems. Don't need the controversy.
All I need is a TV remote. That's all I need.
Yeah. Should I like this person or not? If I like this person, do I really want them on there? Will they post things I want? If I dislike them or not like them, will they be mad at me? And yeah. But that's the society of the day. They're just giving up all kinds of personal information, and these big companies are accessing every bit of their life. But they don't seem to care. So if they don't. Yeah. But that's just, people just got addicted to it, and just like smartphones. I mean, you go to see a group of people, and next thing you know, a lot of them are just, their heads down, they're looking at the phone. What is on the phone that's more important than the people around them? You see it in restaurants, you see it in ball games, you see it in people walking down the street, you see it you see it everywhere. For some reason, looking into that screen is so important. Yeah, I wouldn't, if you wonder where I feel the society may be heading to a certain extent, and a lot of other folks, watch the movie Wall-E. And, of course, Wall-E's different because it's, the Earthlings have had to leave Earth because we've destroyed it, and they're on these big spaceships going through space. But everybody becoming addicted to their technology, where technology completely takes over their lives.
Interesting in 20 years where the communication skills are, because like I said, all these kids, all they're doing is addicted to phones. I mean, I've seen two teenagers sit next door, they're right next to each other, and they're texting each other instead of talking to one another.
Yeah. Well, I was at a restaurant, and these three ladies came in. They're about in their 20s, and they're sitting there at a table, and they ordered, and are they talking to each other? Nope. All three of them are looking down at their phones. All three of them are looking at their phones, and I just kind of watched, and that's what they did most of the time. When their meal came, they'd talk a little bit, eat a little bit, look back down at their phone. So what's so important on the phone, Bob, that is so more important than having the conversation with the people that you're with?
Maybe.
Now, are you talking to other people? Are you looking at social pages? What are you doing?
I'm checking scores. That's what I check.
Scores. Bob's checking scores.
Check every day to see what the Braves did, what the Pirates did. Pirates finally won a game. They snapped a 9-game losing streak. And it's been ever since the All-Star break, it's been a long season for the Pirates. So, been miserable. We've got NFL football tomorrow night. Looking forward to that. See what the Falcons look like in the first preseason game against Denver. We'll have that game tomorrow here on Big Dog Country FM 105.5 as the pro football season's right around.
Is that the Hall of Fame game?
Hall of Fame game.
The Falcons are playing who tomorrow night?
Denver Broncos. I said a long time. Denver Bronco Champ Bailey going to be inducted this weekend in the Hall of Fame. I'm down in Folston, Georgia. Coach McWhorter coached him all those years, the Bailey brothers. But Champ Bailey played many years with Denver, played in Georgia. And then Tony Gonzalez, who had a great year at the Falcons, tight end. He's going to be inducted as well. So the induction ceremony is Saturday, but I think that's the reason why they picked the Falcons and the Broncos, because they got members from their teams going into the Hall of Fame this Saturday night, the induction ceremony. So always a nice ceremony to watch.
You said it's the Falcons and who now?
Denver Broncos.
Denver Broncos. And that'll be tomorrow night where?
In Canton, Ohio.
Canton, Ohio.
Side of the Hall of Fame.
Somebody just texted in, smartphones, world's most unrecognized addiction. Well, it's starting to become a more recognized addiction because you're starting to have counselors, psychiatrists, and support groups for people who are just addicted to their cell phones. I mean, I know parents out there who their teenager has lost or because of disciplinary actions, they've taken away their phones. and they start going through withdrawals, just like an addict with anything else. They're looking down at they're looking down, they're checking, they're going still. Their movements are still the same, but there's nothing there, and they start getting nervous. They start getting, they get irritable. They don't know how to disconnect to that electronic device that has taken over their lives. And I agree with that. I read articles on it all the time, and where smartphones are, like you said, the most unrecognized addiction, but it's becoming more of a recognized addiction. And as I mentioned to you the other day, there was an article from this medical article where you people lean over looking at their phones, so their head's constantly down. And if you reach there on the back of your neck, right there and there, you've got these two bones. Well, they're starting to protrude, which they're saying these people are starting to grow horns. But it's actually their bones in the back of their neck, back there, right below their neck, starting to protrude out more because people's heads are down so much. It used to be where people had their heads up, looked around, talked, saw what was going on, and but you got so many now who people's heads are down all the time.
It's interesting that, talking about phones, the new coach for Arizona Cardinals, that he knows his players are addicted to their phones as well, so they have 15-minute breaks where they can go to their phones and text and do whatever they want to do.
Because their mind will start going to their phones. They're so used to looking at it all the time.
He's implemented that as part of his training camp because he knows that.
How often does he do that?
I think there's like a 15-minute break every hour where they just
15-minute break every hour so they can go check their phone, because if not, he knows their minds are going to be on that phone. Isn't that terrible?
It's just a new approach.
That's just terrible. The fact that you can't sit there and coach without,
Could you see Vince Lombardi or George Ellis doing that, or Bill Parcells? They probably couldn't coach these days with all this going on.
No. So
I was talking to somebody yesterday. How times have changed. These kids out in football, it's so hot. You got to have water breaks and all that. I said, back when we played, if you even asked for water, coach go, water.
Water, you just cramp up if you get water. Here, take this big salt pill. Give you the salt pill that looks like something like a horse would take. And you sit there and you try to swallow that thing down just to get more salt in you and a little bit of water.
I mean, coaches in the old days, they thought it was you're being wimpy if you wanted a glass of water. I mean, it's just crazy, but times have changed now.
Well, it's smart. So you need as much hydration as possible. They just didn't realize that back then. You'll cramp up if you drink a lot of water while you're practicing. Well, you needed that water. They just didn't realize it from a medical standpoint back then. But I remember going when I went to Jeb Stewart Junior High School. When I moved to Jesup, I was a freshman. But down there at Jeb Stewart Junior High School, playing football, I played right bench. Okay. I was not good at football, but I was out there just playing anyway. And they'd give us these big old salt pills. Did you ever have any of those for anything? It's huge old salt pills, man.
I didn't get into that.
And then I moved here to Jesup when I was a freshman.
I just know
I didn't play football.
I just know that
ran track.
There wasn't anything called a water break back when I played. I mean, like I said, you got water when practice was over.
When it was over with. Now, you think about right now, here we are in 2019. In 2019, you think 100 years ago when it was 1919. Think about how things have changed in just a small fraction of time when you consider humanity, all right? Just 100 years, small, very small section of time when you consider the history of humanity, how much has changed since 1919, basically from an agricultural a nation and world to where things, more people live in urban areas now, and technology, well, what would they thought? Well, if you're walking around with something, looking at it with all the information in the world on it. But as much as that's changed in 100 years, they say that change is snowballing. It's getting faster and faster and faster and faster. What will things be like 100 years from now? We think right now, well, what could it be? Well, back then, the patent office in the early 1900s didn't even know if they needed to be open anymore, because everything they could think of that could be invented was invented. Well, they got that wrong. And so you think, what will things really be like 100 years from now? If we did this in 100 years and we're getting faster and faster and faster in development, what will things be like 100 years from now? We will have computer chips implanted into our brains where we have access to every single piece of knowledge out there, which means everybody will make the same grade in school. You know, self-driving cars, flying cars, robots doing so much of the work. You know, what will life really be like 100 years from now if we change this much in 100 years, and it's going to be changed a lot more in the next 100 years? Just kind of blows your mind, doesn't it, Bob?
I don't worry, I won't be in 100 years. I don't think about
Yeah, think about it. That's too deep for Bob. I was going to think about that. That's too deep thinking.
I don't think about that.
Oh, boy. Well, the Braves got him a relief pitcher, huh?
Yep. Big, tall kid, too. Like I say, he's had good outings his last 19 games, so hopefully he can help us out. Chris Martin. Like I said, Jonathan and I have been harping about they need bullpen help. It's nice to see him go ahead and make a move. So, like I said, trade deadlines today at 4 o'clock. They could make another move, so we'll wait and see. But it's nice that they did make a move. They traded for, again, a reliever, Chris Martin from the Texas Rangers, for minor league pitcher Colby Allard. Martin 0-2 with 4 saves, a 3.08 ERA in 38 appearances. He's 33 years of age, right-hander, allowed only 3 runs his last 19 appearances. Tall player, stands 6'8".
6'8".
6'8".
My word.
It's a big, tall pitcher.
Well, he reaches halfway to the plate when he releases the ball.
That's an imposing man out there on the mound. 6'8".
All right. I guess he throws the heat.
He throws the heat.
He throws the heat. Okay.
A lot of strikeouts. So, like I said, it'd be nice to see if he can help out that bullpen. And good win for the Braves yesterday. Like I said, like to see him win that game today, get that 6.5 game lead.
Right.
And took 2 out of 3 from Philadelphia. Could take 2 out of 3 from Washington, and kind of just get home and build that lead even more. So again, like I said, the Braves have been able to hold off both the Phillies and Nationals thus far. So a couple more months, like I said, as Jonathan said, we're getting into the dog days of August. So,
dog days of August.
See if they can hang on to the month of August.
And the Braves do play a midday game today up there in our nation's capital against the Nationals. Our coverage will be on our sister station, Fox Sports Radio, 1370 AM The Buzz, WLOP. Coverage will begin at 10:50 this morning with the leadoff show, first pitch at 12:05. Braves baseball on AM 1370 The Buzz, Fox Sports Radio. Well, Bob, have a most great day. All right. Big Dog Country Radio, 105.5 FM in Jesup, world-famous Butch and Bob Show, brought to you by Murphy's Builder Supply, located on Northeast Broad Street in downtown Jesup, just down from the Big Red Caboose, and also brought to you by Nips Car Wash, or the state-of-the-art car wash, laser-guided car wash, automatic car wash, plus 2 self-service bays.
The world-famous Butch and Bob Show.